Podcast episode 359. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. We're going to kick off a new arc by talking about some of your favorite decks. Now hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back with yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole bunch is going down. We're going to start a really exciting new arc this week, I think. I'm really pumped for it. We're going to talk about CCONation's most favoritist, most feel-goodest decks. We got a really good one today after both of our hearts. It does butt stuff for you, and it's all foiled out for me, which I really like. We got some people to thank, some stories to tell, and some other fun stuff to talk about. But before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com. Your source for all your gaming needs?
Yeah, I think you forgot for a minute.
What are we thanking them for? What do they do? Here's what they do. They CCO slam you by giving you 5% off stuff you're going to buy anyway.
That's a good idea.
There we go.
They are your source for all your gaming needs.
Yes.
That's their thing, whether it be Magic the Gathering, playmats, gaming supplies, dice, they got it all.
Secret Lair.
Yes. Did it come in the mail?
Borderless.
Oh.
Foil. Skull Clamp.
Ooh, yeah.
Every so often you pick up the little wee treasures.
Yep.
It's cool.
Yep. So what Brando did to achieve such greatness is he goes to FusionGamingOnline.com. He picks some stuff he's going to buy. And you know what? He was going to buy it anyway.
I sure was.
So what he did at checkout was entered in the promo code CCO Slam into to the promo code checkout little bar.
Yep.
And he hits enter or submit, and it gives him a discount.
They just charged me less money.
That's a good idea.
I was going to give them money, and they took less of my money because I put CCO Slam in there.
That easy.
Yep.
That easy. And if you've never used it before, because it's one-time use only, you can use CCO Perks, get 10% store credit kickback.
Which you can then use to pay less for more things that you were going to get anyway.
Yeah. Yep. You got to spend $100 to get that one, 100 Canadian, so it's like $4 American.
Yeah.
15 cents pounds or euro or whatever.
Whatever they use over there now.
And they just give you that store credit back. They just give you 10% back, and then you can use it again, and you can use the promo code next time.
Yeah.
CCO Slam, that is.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, very excellent. If you want to save money on gaming supplies, we got another deal for you, though. Geekwood.ca. We've got an affiliate link. You can click it up here if you're watching on YouTube.
Or you can... Wait. If they're watching on YouTube?
Yes.
They should totally be watching on YouTube!
Yes. Yes. Yeah. You missed it, but you got there. You made up for it.
Yeah, I did.
Or you can click down below on the affiliate link. You use CCO Podcast promo code. You get 10% off, and it's good stuff.
It is. We were using it.
Use it. Yeah.
At EDHM's, our buddy 5-color mono white angel Aaron always brings his dice rolling tower with the little tray.
Yep.
He's got some of the custom dice from there. He's got a sweet bag that all the dice come in. So we have this nice little setup that we play on. It's really cool.
My favorite way to do it, because we were playing Chasin', did not go well for you.
No,
like 3 games in a row, Brando just got dink stomped.
6
games over a 2-week period.
It was not good.
My favorite way to do it, though, besides dink stomping Brando, I was playing Bruvag Beats, is I take the planar die and I just from on high, like I'm holding my arm up, and I just drop it into the dice tower, and it just goes whoop right out.
I see you cheat.
Oh,
is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out for Ryan.
What? No, if you're, I got you. If you're concerned about your friends cheating, you get a Geekwood dice tower. Makes it impossible.
I don't know. You were trying it.
Yeah, but I was failing. I was failing at cheating, so my friends could have a better time thanks to Geekwood.ca.
Set me. Man, that last game we played, it's like, man, I don't even want to play in this game. You're like, no, you have to play in the game.
You have to.
It's going to be good. Okay, fine. I'll play in the game.
And then we just got rolled.
And Alex is like, well, the only deck I haven't played yet is Amanatu. It's like, oh, great. It's time to get Agent of Treachery locked. Here we go. And we hit the phenomenon where everybody puts a permanent into play. And wouldn't you know who won the pony? Alex with the damn Agent of Treachery lock.
Yeah, you go Old Gnawbone.
Yeah.
And he goes, Agent of Treachery. He's like, I'll take Old Gnawbone.
Right? Like, what the?
Oh, man, so good.
It was just
so good.
Just anything that could have gone wrong for me over the last couple of weeks in Magic has gone wrong for me.
And then I thought, okay, I'm gonna get him on my turn. All I got to do is untap because I got Bruvac. I'm gonna mill him out,
right?
And he's got maybe 60 cards in his library. Pfft, that's nothing.
Yeah,
that's nothing for Bruvac. He goes bounce Agent of Treachery, steal Bruvac. I'm like, no.
And then it's like, hit Brando for 7 with old Gnawbone, make 7 treasures, everybody mill 14 and take 7
he's
because
got Altar of the Brood and my Bruvacs, and now he's just making treasures for every time he attacks, and we all were gonna get milled out.
Andy had
my own guy.
Andy had my ingenious artillerist, so we also took damage for whenever the treasures came into play.
Oh yeah, would we have died from mill first or from damage first?
He's doing a lot of damage.
I think I died from damage.
Yeah,
you died from damage
too, because I got hit with an old Gnawbone.
Yes,
a bunch of times.
Yes.
Says bad. Speaking of having bad luck at Magic games, here's why I allowed that to happen over the last 2 weeks. I've taken control of it, and it was my fault. That was me. That was the energy I was putting into the world coming back at me.
Ooh.
It's because I had to cleanse myself, so that when I go and I play nothing but EDH with my friends in Vancouver at the face-to-face games event next weekend,
Face Fest,
all my games are going to be good.
I think that is a good reason to have a couple bad games.
Yep.
So you can go, here's what we're going to do.
I was so salty, I woke up with a headache from being dehydrated.
Well, that could have been the ribs you ate at the bar and the frickin' tanker of beer. Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to go Vancouver.
Yes.
Going to land in Vancouver.
Sure are.
We got nothing to do when we get there because we land before the show opens. We got to take a cab to the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
So balls all that. We're going to find somewhere to drink a beer.
Oh, yeah, we are. Not at the airport, though.
No.
No.
So we're going to go there. We're going to drink beer.
Yep.
Play Magic.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to get some food.
Probably.
Yes. I was thinking of getting like some butter chicken or something catered to the house.
Ooh, we could get, what's that stuff that I like that's from that part of the world? It's like it's a paste that you put on rice. It's got like meat and spices in it.
We can get it.
Yeah, that stuff.
Whoever
knows what the thing I just described is, put it down. It's super popular, and I feel stupid for not being able to think of the word.
Well,
curry. Got it. Got there.
Butter chicken. You'll love it.
I like butter chicken.
Okay, perfect. We're getting butter chicken, unless everybody overrules us, but we're the frickin' bosses.
Yeah, we do what we want.
Speaking of Vancouver, this is what else we got going on. We got booster packs, courtesy of Uncle Brando and Business Daddy's FusionGamingOnline.com.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do some open flippy. We usually provide some amount of packs for open flipping at the CCO experiences, right?
And I'm sure as we go around collecting stamps at the face-to-face event, we will inevitably acquire more of them.
Sure.
I'm going to collect stamps.
You're going to collect stamps, yeah, like achievement unlocked.
Exactly.
Little punch card.
Yeah, even if they don't have them, I'm going to get them.
You just say, hey, vendor, can you take this stamp? Can you stamp this? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I'll submit it to face-to-face at the end, and they give me a prize. Brando, what are you talking? Give me a prize! And it's going to be great.
Yep, that is fantastic. The experience, because I want to talk about this a little bit more, because we got Minneapolis and Las Vegas for sure coming up.
Yeah.
And I just want to let everybody know who is a patron or who's thinking about becoming a patron. That was way harder than it needed to be.
It's not just me.
This is what we do. We show up.
Yeah.
We play Magic.
We do.
We eat food.
We sure do.
We drink beer.
Absolutely.
We give away some free stuff to the attendees of the experience. That's people that are staying in the house.
Because it's fun.
We've got booster packs. We've got team paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Team Ryan and Team Brando, and that could be either pins for your hat or your sweater or stickers for your deck or deck box or whatever. People are really liking the CCO Experience Raw Dog decks, where you just build the jankiest, worst deck and have everybody sign it or like rip a card and you tape it back together.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a ripped card that's held together with CCO stickers.
Yeah.
I think that might be... Is that Mac or is that Tyler Matulistone?
I think that's Mac. Tyler Matulistone has one that I taped back together with like with masking tape.
We used his entire deck as a sponge to clean up spilled beer one time.
Yep.
These are the kinds of things we do, and it is our Patreon thank you that we do them for. Mm-hmm. So if you're interested, patreon.com/CCO Podcast. Get in and have a good time with us.
And it's pretty cool that us doing something for everybody else also ends up being one of the highlights of whatever season it's in or the year.
Yeah, very much
All
so.
of my favorite things from last year, all of them happened at CCO Experiences.
Well, you had a pretty shitty year.
I did, but still, think of it. It was so bleak.
Yeah,
Except for those bright, shining times.
That you don't remember. That's the best part.
I remember most of it.
I remember a light. I remember one light bulb in Vegas.
Yeah.
Out of all the light bulbs in Vegas, I remember one.
I remember Sync Guy helping me get my glasses put back together.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Like, I
remember Dorito Hot Cool Ranch.
Yeah, I remember them telling me that I disappeared once and they found me at the bar ordering a triple tequila sunrise. Ooh, that was bad mistake.
I like a good tequila sunrise.
Me too. It probably was good.
Of course, if you meet us at the events, if you come out, you find us at Face Fest Vancouver, free to walk in the door, jam games. We're going to have t-shirts, play mats, stickers. We're going to have merch there, and you're going to be able to buy it there if you want it. If you don't want to buy it there, you can go to commandercookout.com and go to the store there. It's all there. And there's some handmade prints by moi.
Ooh.
It's French for me that are there if you want to check those out. Yeah, you mentioned Sync Guy.
Yeah.
He is our first Patreon thank you today.
Oh, you mean he went over to patreon.com/CCO Podcast and helped support the show because he's in a position to do that?
Did.
We appreciate that.
He's an increaser.
Oh, shit.
And I was going to give him a new nickname, but you said that CCO Experience nicknames trump all.
They stick. Sync Guy.
Sync Guy.
He used to be J-Rock Confarty because of his obviously gaseous ass.
And his
he's
last name?
But now he's Sync Guy.
And if you don't know, because you weren't there, you should have
been there.
You should have been there.
Yeah,
that's better.
That's right.
That was both unfortunate and very funny.
And amazing.
Very
it's
funny.
Amazing. I still tell that story to people. It's very good. And
we're all just chatting and chatting and chatting, and then all of a sudden we just hear it.
Yeah.
No.
It was the greatest. No. On the last day, we're all getting ready to go to the airport. It's bright. It's sunny. It's happy.
The house is clean.
Yeah.
Good thing, too, hey?
Oh,
what if you had to clean a bunch of garbage after that happened?
Oh.
I guess you cleaned a bunch of garbage before that happened.
Yeah. Well,
then maybe that's why he did it.
Yeah, maybe.
We have another patron increase, though.
We do. Okay.
This guy, he says, Ryan and Brando, I need a new nickname. What better way than to show your support at Patreon? Mickey don't matter no more.
Mickey don't matter no more.
I want to make, his last name is Finnemore. I want to make like a fitting more.
Like a fistamore.
Fistamore.
Yes. that's the joke that you were gonna make, and then
I was then
we just there. Like you put the nail on the thing, and then I hit it on the head.
You fisted it.
Yeah, that's right.
You fisted it more, just like Michael.
Yes.
Michael Fisty more.
Fistamore.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
I like it.
Yes.
If there's a way to fit a fist in,
even more like.
If there's a way to fit a fist joke in, we're going to fit a fist joke in.
It's true.
And that's both a fist joke and true.
Yes. And I mean, sometimes when you can't slap with an open hand, you have to slap with a fist.
Slap them with a fist.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one more piece of podcasty business.
Uh-oh.
This is the booster pack game winner from last week for contributing what they were hoping to see reprinted.
Man, lots of people want the medallions, hey? They're on team us and team give us the shit that we want.
Why did we say we want? Why were we asking for reprints?
Because everybody knew what deck we were doing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
And it's interesting to know what people are actually out there looking for. Like if you could get anything that's like more dollars than you want to spend on a card to get it reprinted, so maybe you can open one. Medallions are good.
Yep.
They're good ones.
Yep. Medallions was what our winner said, and also Mycosynth Golem. Mycosynth Golem, I guess it is. Huh. That's the Affinity for Artifacts guy.
Yeah.
That costs like $14.
Yeah.
$45.
No.
Yes.
What?
Needs a reprint.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and you put it in a master set or somewhere where you don't care that it's got Affinity for Artifacts.
Yeah.
Right? Like put it in a precon or something like the Urza precon. But $45 is starting to get hard to reprint in a precon.
Yeah.
Right? You got to put it in like a modern Masters or something.
Is it must be in a modern deck or something, hey? Must be.
I think it's just because it's rare and it's good.
Is it a 3/3 or 4/4?
No, it's big. It's like a.
Was it big?
It's like a 6/11 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's big.
Right.
Anyways, the winner is Justin Ewinski.
Justin Owinski? Justin Owinski, congratulations, my dude. Get at us at commandercookout@gmail.com. Let us know that that's your name. Let us know where you live, including a postal or zip code so that we know where to send your sticker pack, token pack, or boring old pack of actual Magic the Gathering playing cards.
Yeah.
And if you're not this person, do not be emailing us because you're going to ruin it for everybody.
Very much so. For past winners and recent patrons, all of the last month's winners and Patreon sign-up gifts have gone out.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering if I sent them, yes, I have. They just take some time because we do it at in the first week of the following month. And Canada Post plus customs plus USPS equals added time where you're used to maybe just USPS being faster.
Man, USPS is pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody dumps on them, but man, they're pretty fast.
Pretty fast, yeah.
They're pretty good. They're better than Canada Post, I'll tell you that.
Well, Canada Post is nicer, but they're slower.
They're friendlier to you probably, but they're not as efficient at delivering a piece of thing to a place.
Now, speaking of efficient package delivery,
oh,
we have a deck by Finger Blast Mommy 2.
Yes, we do.
And not only is he a finger blaster, but he's got 2 kids, so we know that he can deliver the package.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, that's a compliment. That is a compliment.
It is, yes. I'm sure his children are well-adjusted and handsome.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I bet they are. And this deck is really cool because it was the inspiration for what we're going to be doing for the next little while.
This is the deck that inspired the Arc?
Sure is. He sent it just out of nowhere. Hey, Brando, here's a deck that I really like. It inspired me to, reevaluate how I build decks.
Ooh, I like that.
I found different synergies where if my main game plan gets thrown off, there's other ways to either get myself back on track or still win the game. I love playing it. It makes me happy every single time. And I'm like, man, this is it. I like that. And we've had so many decks sent in to us since we said we're going to do this that we could probably do it for the rest of the year. We're not going to, but we could do it for fun. Also, I've got at least 4 decks that are balls themed.
You love balls.
They love balls in the nation, and I'm not reading anything into that, but there's a lot of balls, and I'm going to take credit for it because of the Christmas balls episode we did a few years ago.
Balls and fists. That's all you're getting here.
That's what we got.
And finger blasts.
In a sock.
Okay. So we have Lysaga Night Witch. That is the commander. Give it a read.
It is a 3/3 for black-green 1. Human, Warlock, tap sack up to. This is important. Up to 3 permanents. If there were 3 or more card types among the sacrificed permanents, each opponent loses 3 life. You gain 3 life, and you draw 3 cards.
Whoa. So this is the thing. If we sacrifice a permanent that has all 3 types, we only have to sacrifice 1 permanent.
Correct.
Because it says up to 3.
That's
and
right.
If you sacrifice a permanent or permanents that have 3 different types, you do the thing.
That's right.
So we've got artifact creature, enchantment creature, or an enchantment that also brings into play a creature.
That's right.
Which essentially is 1 card to get 2 permanent types.
That's right.
Then, let's say we have an enchantment creature and we tap our Liquimetal Torque to make it an artifact.
Uh-oh.
Then we have all 3 types on 1 card. We sacrifice it, tap Baba Lasagna, Night Bitch.
Yeah.
What did you call?
Baba Lasagna Sandwich.
Sandwich.
You ever had a lasagna sandwich?
Well, you could now if you played this deck.
I haven't either, and now that I've said that out loud...
Is that like a meatball sub sandwich, but with lasagna? We're just taking Italian food and making it into sandwiches.
Maybe. I mean, do you just take... Would you just take...
Spaghetti sandwich.
Do you take lasagna and just put bread? Do you take lasagna and put it into a bun? How would you...
I got you.
...create a lasagna sandwich?
You take a slice of lasagna and you put it in between 2 slices of garlic bread.
Oh, my God.
There it is.
Oh, that's all I want now.
Baba Lasagna sandwich.
Let's kick it over to cards so that we can go home and make that.
Yes. Okay. We'll see you in a minute.
Yeah. Okay, Ryan. Now, Finger Blast Mommy 2 was a very decent sort when he submitted this deck.
Too decent.
Several custom categories in this deck. Several. Now, some of them are fairly easy, so we'll kind of bang through those. We got some ramp and some protect and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
we have lots of categories that have like one card in them, so bear with us, ladies and germs. Here we go. Ramp. We have
What I think what would be beneficial while we're teching this deck would be to recognize when something is more than one card type, or if it can create or add a card type to something.
Agreed.
So we'll pay attention to that.
We have a wild growth.
Sure.
We have a Viridian Emissary. That's a creature that gets a
What
land.
order are yours in?
Alphabetical,
Oh,
baby.
mine are not. Okay, now they are.
There we go. Utopia Sprawl. That's an enchantment. Tireless Provisioner. That makes artifacts when you play lands.
Yep, makes treasures.
Solemn Simulacrum is an artifact and a creature. Sol Ring. Sanctum Weaver is an enchantment and a creature. Ornithopter in Paradise, artifact creature. Ordeal of Nylea.
Ooh.
This is a card that we maybe should pay attention to. It's an enchantment for green 1. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more counters on it, you sacrifice Ordeal of Nylea. When you sacrifice it, search your library for 2 basic lands, put them into play tapped, shuffle your library.
Oh, okay.
Neat. Liquid Metal Torque.
Makes something an artifact.
Yes. Gilded Goose comes in, makes an artifact, a la food token, and a Copper Mirror, which is an artifact creature.
Yes, and Wild Growth and Utopia Sprawl, they do represent 2 different card types on a ramp card in that they make your land tap for more than 1, and they're also an enchantment.
Yes.
So you could sacrifice it in a pinch to make all opponents lose 3 life, thereby giving up your ramp.
Yes.
So that's an interesting little thought.
We have the removal package.
Hold on, I want to do untaps real first.
Do the untaps?
Because the untaps can lead to additional ramp.
Okay.
Or can lead to Baba Lysaga triggers on other people's turns.
Okay.
So we've got a frick. I can't even say the first one. Tyvar. That's what it is. Tyvar. I was not even close. Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. This is green. That's what color that is. Green, black, 1, 3 loyalty, Tyvar Planeswalker. You can activate... oh, frick, man. I can't even read cards today. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. You can +1 to untap up to 1 target creature. That's Baba Lysaga.
Yep.
And you can -2 to mill 3 cards, and you can return a creature from among them to the battlefield.
Yes. They
Sure.
cost 2 or less. Like a little dude. Let me ask you one thing about Tyvar.
Sure.
I mean, I know you haven't read a lot of the lore here, but I don't think Tyvar got completed, but then he has an Ichor Fist, and he has spikes coming out of his goddamn eyeballs. What the hell is happening there?
Didn't they do completed versions of Planeswalkers that didn't get completed? I think they did.
Did they do that?
They did do
That's
that.
very confusing, Watsy. Stop that.
Yeah, but I also appreciate it because you get the cool kind of like anime art.
I guess you get the neat body horror
Yeah.
image, too. 1,000-year elixir.
1,000-year elixir. You can activate stuff as though it had haste, and you can pay 1 tap, untap target creature.
It's kind of like Tyvar.
Yes.
Patriarch's Seal.
Yes. You can add a mana of any color to your mana pool.
So it's a rock.
So it's a rock. And you can pay 1 tap, untap target legendary creature you control.
So that does 2 things that the deck wants to do. How many manas does that card cost, Ryan?
3.
Unplayable?
Yep.
Cut it for a diamond. Instill Energy.
Oh my lord, how do I get the frickin'... Okay, this is an enchantment aura for green, and you can go, enchanted creature can attack as though it had haste.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Enchanted creature does not have haste,
Yes.
but it can attack as though it did.
Yes.
So you can't activate abilities like it. That's haste. That's the weirdest thing ever. And you can pay 0, untap enchanted creature, activate only during your turn and only once each turn. So you can just untap a thing if it's tapped.
Yes.
Okay.
Instill Energy is
So
good.
those can give you mana if like you instill energy onto your Copper Mirror or your Ornithopter of Paradise. You can get mana.
Lots of neat stuff to be done there. Lots of tricks. We were talking about how there's tricks in here before.
Yep.
There's some of them.
Okay, removal, protection, frickin'...
We got lots of that stuff. Let's start with removal. This
Oh,
is
man.
easy. We got Toxid and Toxic Deluge.
Yeah, that kills all the stuff.
Tear Asunder.
Tear Asunder, that probably kills a thing, but if you kick it, it kills two things?
It kills an artifact or enchantment.
Oh, but if you kick it, it kills anything.
Anything but a land.
Yeah, I told you that card was good. Nobody believed me. And I'm like, that card's freaking good, man.
I believe you.
Good.
Rexage.
That kills a thing when it ETBs.
Lignify.
Makes a thing into a 0/4, and that's an enchantment.
Haywire Might.
That's an artifact creature. You sack it to gain 2 life and destroy a thing.
Exile a thing.
Ooh.
Damnation.
That kills all the things.
Chime of Night.
Here's a cool piece of old school Phyrexian art.
Yep.
This is what they used to look like. I think that this one is just as scary as some of the modern ones.
Agreed. Look at those teeth.
Chime of Night. Enchant creature for black 1. When Chime of Night is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, destroy target non-black creature.
So you sack it with Baba Lysaga, kill a thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like Terror, but the enchantment has to die.
Yeah.
But we'll just make the enchantment die when we cast it to kill a creature and to draw 3 cards, gain 3 life, make you lose 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty dope. And the last one is Assassin's Trophy.
Ass-In's Trophy.
Yes.
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 Protection.
Protection. Now we have to scroll all around to find said protection.
Mine is right beside.
Tamiyo's Safekeeping is the first one.
I said this card was good too. Nobody believed me. I gotta stop saying that because people start believing me when I'm right all the time. This is an insty. Target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible to end of turn, and you gain 2 life.
That's 2 instances of gain 2 life, and those do actually come up later on.
Ooh.
Those are going to become important later. So those little incidental life gains, we're going to use those later.
I've seen incidental life gains or lack of incidental life gains affect games the last 2 weeks in a row that I've played Magic.
Outrageous.
Or, sorry, last week and 3 weeks ago. So,
right.
Yeah. Anyways.
Swiftfoot Boots.
That's a Swift DB.
Kaya's Ghost Form.
Oh, here's a little guy. This is an enchantment for black. Enchanted creature or planeswalker you control. Mm-hmm. When enchanted permanent dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control.
Neat.
So if we sacrifice this as an enchantment and a creature it's on, do we still get the creature back? I don't think we do.
So. I don't think so.
I don't think so. But if we sacrifice the creature, we just get it back.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Let's do some reanimation. That's like protecting.
Sure. And then we'll lump that in with graveyard getting backing.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have necromancy.
That's an enchantment that animates a thing. It's like a getter backer that it's an enchantment, I think, is what's important. So you get a creature and this enchantment when it enters the battlefield.
Correct.
And you can sacrifice both of them to get 2 different permanent types.
We have Living Death.
That switches graveyards and creatures on the battlefield for everybody.
And Animate Dead.
Same thing as Narcomancy. It's an enchantment that gets a creature back.
I want to stop here for just a second because the version that Finger Blast Mommy 2 is playing is a Judge Gift one, and it's got Undead Atali on it.
Ooh,
That's neat. I like that.
And that Judge Gift one has the old school text on it and the old school type line that says enchant dead creature.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's got, I was going to say it's Rotting Regisaur, our good friend Regis, but it is, I think that it's Atali.
I think it's Atali. And we also have a Gloom Shrieker.
Yes, this is kind of like Eternal Witness in that it's a 3-drop 2/1 for enchantment creature.
Yes.
That's the important part.
Yes.
A 3-drop 2/1 for 3, I was going to say. It's got Menace, and when it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. And that's what's important, is that it's a permanent, right?
Probably.
Because we want to get stuff back that we sacrificed.
Yeah. Most of our stuff is permanent.
And then if it would die, exile it instead.
So it's kind of shitty.
Eternal Witness,
but like
in this deck, it's probably better because it's 2 creature types.
Yeah, it's 2 card types.
Yeah,
card type matters.deck. So this is more of them. So here we are.
I want to say enable extra types. That's our next one.
Yeah, these are cool. I like these too. I like this stuff. We have a liquid metal coating. We've talked about that one a little bit already.
It taps to make something an artifact. So that Gloom, what is it called? Gloom Shrieker, enchantment creature, liquid metal it.
Now it's an artifact too.
Also.
So you sack it, take 3, gain 3, draw 3.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
New card. I said this one was going to be good, and so did everybody else.
And it's $34, so it's no secret.
So everybody knows it's good, unless you... Never mind. Biotransference.
Ooh. Black 2 enchantment. Creatures you control are artifacts in addition to their other types. Mm-hmm. There it is. The same is true for creature spells you control and stuff that is whatever. And everything's an artifact.
And whenever you cast an artifact, you lose a life and get a 2/2 black creature artifact, or artifact creature.
Ooh.
So it enables itself just by being there. That's a cool card, man.
So we could get an artifact creature, enchant it with Chime of Night, and sacrifice that free guy and the Chime of Night. Boom, 3 permanent types, draw 3, lose 3, gain 3.
Kill a thing, yes.
Yeah. And kill a thing.
Yes.
All for the cost of just playing like a liquid metal torque and getting that free artifact out of it.
Yep.
Cool.
Ashaya, Soul of the Wild.
Oh, this is kind of a funky one. Hey, star elemental legendary creature for 5. Power and toughness each equal to the number of lands we control, which could be fine.
Just keep reading the card.
What I mean is it's probably a 5/5 or 6/6, 7/7. As the game goes on, this card gets better.
Oh, it sure does.
Okay, and then non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types.
So now, you have 5 or 6 lands. Cool. You also have 4 or 5 creatures. Now it's a 10/10.
And also,
all your stuff is lands.
All my creatures are also lands.
And
so that adds a permanent type to them.
And now you can't get rifted anymore.
Ooh.
Because it doesn't bounce lands.
I had rift in my hand when I died the other night when Alex killed me.
Yeah.
Frick.
Destroy target non-land permanent. Oh. Right? I like Ashaya. There's some tricksy stuff that she can do. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So we got an extra Baba. Let's do extra Baba next because it's there too.
Oh, I love getting extra Baba'd.
It's braids.
Don't you like this one?
I do. I like braids.
Give her a read.
Braids Arisen Nightmare is a 3/3 for 3, 2 of which are black. At the beginning of your end step, you can sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who does not, that player loses 2 life and we draw a card.
Oh, that's like a little mini Baba.
Yeah.
That's like mini Baba.
Min Bob.
Mini Baba.
Yep. Every time
that's like a sample of lasagna at Costco.
Each and every time I've played braids, I've never drawn a card. Not one time.
They just sacrifice.
Everybody just sacks a thing too. It's like, oh, come on, guys.
Generally, people have throwaway things that are not as good as the average card in your deck.
Yeah.
Right? Like a 1/1 or a 0/1 plant token or whatever, right?
Yeah,
it's not as good as the random average card in your deck. That's why braids is not as powerful and therefore not as big of a deal as people thought.
Initially.
Oh, they gotta ban this or they gotta unban the old one.
Yeah.
No,
they don't. They don't.
So Void Mirror.
I love Void Mirror. Every time Alex busts out his colorless deck and goes, "Are you playing Void Mirror?" And I go, "No," because I got him with it once. I got him with it one time, and then I cut it because okay,
oh man,
I put this in here so I could get him, and then I got him, and
because that's what you do to your friends.
Yeah, of course
you
it is.
Freaking get them.
Yeah, you get them once just to stick it to them.
Yeah,
and then everybody left that Void Mirror. It was super funny. Nobody was sweeping artifacts, doing anything. It was so funny that Alex was just
not playing.
He just couldn't. He couldn't. It was amazing.
That's excellent.
It was incredible. Speaking of sacrificing things and then making our opponents all sacrifice things, we maybe want to get some more of those things back, like land.
Oh, yeah?
Because we're going to play lands from our yard.
Yeah, lands from our yard and additional lands are sections in this deck. And I'm like, how hard are we going into this theme instead of aristocrat type effects where you are just enabling or furthering your strategy? I don't know what direction I'd like to take it, and obviously it's not my deck. Obviously Cohen or Fingerblast Mommy 2 has all of the knowledge because he's played this deck probably dozens and hundreds of times and has it at the sweet spot. I would probably lean into aristocrats and graveyard getter backers and cards that give you multiple tokens when they ETB instead of the lands.
Fair.
That's just my build style. I like butt stuff. He maybe likes land stuff.
I keep thinking of cards that I would love to put in this deck. All of them are red. You know what I mean? This would totally work. Red. Damn it. But here we are.
Okay.
So it's getting lands from the yard. We have World Shaper.
World Shaper? I couldn't find the land section. Frickin' too many categories. Whenever you attack, whenever World Shaper attacks, you may put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. When World Shaper dies, put all land cards from your graveyard onto the battlefield.
Tapped.
Self-mill, sacrifice into Bubble Lysaga, get all your lands.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. The Mending of Dominaria.
Saga.
Yeah.
Enchantment. Okay, so on chapters 1 and 2, put 2 cards from... put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, then you can return a creature card from them into your hand.
Saga is a card type?
Enchantment is the card type.
Okay.
Saga is the subtype. But
Important to know.
But he did have the Lignify, which is a tribal enchantment.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyways, Mending of Dominaria, Chapter 3, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, then shuffle your graveyard into your lib.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Splendid Wreck.
Gets all your lands back.
Restore.
Gets a land card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control.
From any graveyard.
Yes, I was just going to make the correction.
That's important. That's a cool card. I like that card. It's a little bit understated, hey? Yeah.
That card is good.
And I think it's probably because, like, well, you can get a fetch, you can get a... But, I mean, every so often, there's, like, some mill going on. Somebody loses a Nykthos.
Self-mill's a thing. Nykthos or frick every so often. Somebody's going to have a Gaia's Cradle in there.
Right? Like, it's going to happen, and you get it back. You get it.
I'm going to restore your strip mine onto my battlefield and then get somebody else's thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, too.
There it is. And then we got a Ramonap Excavator and Crucible of Worlds. Both of those let us play lands from our graveyard.
And a Conduit of Worlds.
Conduit of Worlds lets us do that too, but Conduit of Worlds also, you can tap it to play a non-land permanent from your graveyard if you haven't played any spells that turn.
Yeah.
That's a cool card. And I'm not saying it's going to be a huge deal, but I think that card is going to see some play. You're going to see it popping up in games.
That was on my top 5 for Phyrexia All Will Be One. It was one of the ones, and I likened it to Yawgmoth's Bargain, which does the same thing, but it forces you to only play from your graveyard and only one spell per turn.
So this is like
better.
Yes.
Better, but it does the same thing.
So you talked about aristocrats.
Well,
let's do additional lands.
Yeah, there you go.
You're right. I looked up and saw that. Now, we were talking about this guy earlier in the show, too.
On the pre-show,
the Git Frog.
Gitrog monster, 6/6 or 5 with Death Touch. It's pretty good stats.
Because, as we know, all 6/6s need Death Touch.
He's going in the first round, man. I'm telling you. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice the Gitrog monster unless you sacrifice a land.
Yep.
That's fine. We can get them back. And you can play additional lands. Whenever one or more lands is put into your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card.
Neat.
He does all those things.
He does everything. He has more lines of text on him than the average planeswalker.
Gitrog monster.
Mm-hmm.
He's good.
He is, in fact, a monster. And Finger Blast Mummy 2, nice Judge promo there.
Mm-hmm.
We have an Exploration.
Play an extra land.
Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Play an extra land. All your lands count for everything.
Yeah. They're all basic land types.
And enchantment creature.
Yes.
Important to note there.
Very important to note. Aristo effects.
Now we're talking.
So now we're doing all this stuff. Now we should probably talk about, are we going to try and win the damn game? And the answer is yes. We're going to try and win the game.
How many... Okay, so let's say you play Bubba Lysaga on turn 3.
Sure.
Because she's a 3-drop.
Yep.
Let's say the game goes to turn 8. You're going to get 6 or 7 activations.
Sure.
If you get 6 or 7, you're going to get 18 or 21 damage out of Bubba Lysaga.
Right.
That's only like a half of somebody's life total.
Yeah.
Are you relying on other people to get your opponents' lives down?
In some cases, maybe. We just haven't got to the point in the deck where we can do the extra 17.
Well, let's look at the aristocrats and see if they can help us.
I'll bet you they can. We're going to start with Sir Conrad the Grim.
This This man will help us.
Yes.
He's a helper
Yes.
if we want our opponents to be dead.
Yes, he is. He's very good at that.
If anything goes in or out of our graveyards, they lose a life.
Yes.
Pretty much how it works.
Yeah. And then you can make opponents mill cards by paying some mana too.
Each player.
There we go.
Each player. And
Us
you
too.
can go infinite mill. If you got infinite mana, you just mill everybody and Sir Conrad will just kill them.
Yes.
So
Good card.
If we've got like, I'm just looking at the lands package. Man, so many of the lands do crazy things in this deck.
Well, we don't really talk about the lands very often, but we are playing the artifact lands that we can play. We are playing man lands so that they can turn into artifacts.
Urza's Saga's in here.
Yep. We can, what's the one that has infect? Because it's an artifact creature land.
The Inkmoth Nexus.
Yeah, Dinkmouth Nexus. There we go.
Treasure Vault is a land that gives us treasures. Right.
Hey,
Mycosynth Gardens can turn into an artifact.
So, hang on a second. If we're playing multiple lands a turn and we can play them from our graveyard, Inkmoth Nexus, you play it, you tap it, turn it into a thing that taps for 3, you nuke it with Bauble Lysaga, draw 3, do 3, gain 3.
Yeah.
Play it from your graveyard again, reactivate it, sack it again.
Bauble Lysaga has to tap.
Well, yeah, but untap her with our untappers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
That's why I suggested Seedborn Muse for the deck.
Yeah.
Seedborn Muse in the deck.
Yeah, Seedborn Muse.
It pretty much lets you not go infinite, but it lets you draw 12 cards around.
And do 12 damage per round. That's Norin the Wary numbers right there.
And I will add just real quick that we are playing a strip mine in here.
Yes.
And we are playing the things that let us both play extra lands and lands from our graveyard.
You can strip lock a motherfucker.
You can strip lock people, which is a very effective way to win when there's only one player left in the game. I'm going to strip lock you, and I'm not going to beat you, but you're not going to be able to play Magic until I kill you. While that isn't the funnest way to play Magic, it is usually an inevitability, and somebody will just scoop.
Yeah, like, okay, yeah.
You got me. Man. Anyways.
Next card I'm currently looking for my Hapatra deck, Poison Tip Archer.
PTA.
Yes.
Don't Google that. No, you get parent-teacher association.
That's all school things. That's fine.
Hey, maybe there's some hot moms.
One can only hope.
Oh, I've seen some. I've seen them. This is a 2/3 for 4 reach death touch. Whenever another creature dies, each opponent loses 1.
Awesome. Marionette Master. This is a Chris Von Doom special.
Oh yeah, CVD. Don't Google that. You'd probably get some marijuana paraphernalia.
Yeah. It's a 1/3 for 6. It has Fabricate 3, which means it can either come into play. You can put either counters on it, +1/+1 counters, or make servos. And then whenever another artifact you control eats shit, you target opponent loses life equal to Marionette Master's power. So if you're set up real good, you can have her do 4 damage per thing, or you can have her do 3, 2, or 1 damage per artifact of yours that eats bin sauce.
Bin sauce.
Bin sauce.
Yes, goes good with that one enchantment that puts Viridian Emissary. No, what's the one that puts +1/+1 counters on guys? Oracle of Nylea.
Yeah.
Ordeal of Nylea.
Yeah.
Puts +1/+1 counters on stuff.
Yep. Bastion of Remembrance, another card I'm looking for currently.
The Bastion. This is an enchantment for 3. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. So it gives you 2 creature types.
Why not?
Or 2 card types, I mean.
Yep.
And it's an aristocrat.
Yep.
Whenever your creature dies, lose 1, gain 1.
And then we have Agent of the Iron Throne, turns our commander into an aristocrat.
That's good.
Yes, it is.
That's good.
Okay, Ryan, we've talked about how we're going to aristocrat people out. Maybe there are some other finishing touches that we could apply to our opponents.
The cherry on top.
Some finishing moves. The stunner, the figure 4 leg lock, the elbow off the top rope.
The finger blast finisher.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the finger blaster. That's where you push down the button on top of a landmine and then run away.
Oh, no. It's when Hulk Hogan poked Kevin Nash and he fell over.
Oh, the finger poke of doom.
The finger blast of doom.
Oh, man. Drake Smith right now is losing his mind. He's losing it. All right.
Oh, man, I can't believe I made that deep of a cut.
That was a good one.
That was a deep cut right there. I like that.
Finishing touches. We're going to start off with one because I'm noticing a theme in the bling out of the deck. Lots of old border foils. Mm-hmm. There is an old border foil available of Titania Protector of Argoth, but that's not the version we're playing.
No, this is just the Modern Master, the Mighty Ho-Ho foil. This is a 5-drop, 5/3 elemental. When it Titania, Enter of Argoth, Protector of Argoth enters the battlefield. Land card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
So we get that Dinkmouth Nexus back.
So she essentially represents 2 card types, creature and land.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever a land you control is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, create a 5/3 green elemental creature.
Yeah.
So you could get a second creature. Mm-hmm. Or just a beater.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's right. And if you really needed to finish your opponents off, you could just sack all your land to Baba Lysaga to make dudes.
Yeah.
Like in a pinch, you just sack 3 land and make 3 5/3s. It's pretty good.
No, you... Oh, yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't do 3,
do
draw 3, but you get 15 power worth of guys, and that's nothing to shake a stick at.
End of player 4's turn, you just go, shit. Sacrifice 3 lands, make 3 5/3s. I don't get no Baba Lysaga.
Yeah, get 15.
Yeah, I'll start my turn now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something that could make those bigger, let's say if you do it on your turn again, you can sack 3 more things. Mazarek, Crawl, Death Priest.
Oh, that's freaking good.
That's so good in this deck.
Whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, whenever any player sacrifices freaking anything, we put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control.
I'm loath to say that cards that are fun like this are a mistake, but god dang it is hard to keep track of that. Mazarek is a totally fine card. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but damn it, I hate keeping track of that crap.
You know what? Mazarek could represent an infect kill with Inkmoth Nexus, in that I animate Inkmoth on each of my opponent's turns. If I can untap Baba Lysaga and sacrifice 3/3/3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then you got a 10/10 Inkmoth Nexus.
Then I got a 10/10 Inkmoth Nexus that flies.
Yes.
Just FYI.
And the last one in the finishing touch section, remember we talked about that incidental life gain earlier? Plus the incidental life gain off of Baba Lysaga.
Do it in the Vince McMahon voice. Do this card, but in Vince McMahon's voice.
It's Blossoming Bog Beast, pal!
I want pictures of Blossoming Bog Beast.
And whenever Blossoming Bog Beast attacks, you gain 2 life. Then creatures you control get trample and +X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you've gained this turn. So
yes.
It's automatically 2 for attacking with Blossoming Bog Beast. Then you gain 3 off of your Baba Lysaga because you've sacked 3 things.
Yes.
And Bob is your uncle.
Oh, no, Baba is your uncle.
Yes, Baba is your uncle. Oh, I like that too.
Oh, man.
Oh, we got there.
Oh, man, I want to get bobbed and I want to get Lysagged.
So those are our 3 finishers. Is the deck done, Ryan? Or
Not
do we
even
have some
close.
fodder?
Not
It's
even
close.
freaking close.
We have to fodder ourselves. Things that we can sack. We don't have token generators or any of that stuff just yet, but maybe we can find something in here that might just...
In hindsight, we should have done this not last. We should
No.
have done the finishers last.
No, we're doing this last because it has all the crazy cards in it. All that weird
All
shit
the stuff that
you've
you've never heard of, the stuff that takes time.
That's right.
That we got to like continue doing the deck tech for.
That's right.
Frickin' finger blast. God damn it.
Squirrel Sanctuary.
ETBs, you get squirrels. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you pay 1. You can return Squirrel Sanctuary from your graveyard to your hand.
From play to hand.
Oh yeah, then you can cast it again and get squirrel.
That's right.
Yep.
Servo Schematic.
Servo Schematic. This is a uncommon from Aether Revolt. Because we've all heard of this card, right?
Yes,
we don't need to read it.
Oh no, everybody's going, oh yeah, Servo Schematic. I was thinking that Finger Blast Mama 2 should probably just have that in there.
Well, if you're an idiot and don't know what this card is.
If you're new.
If it's an artifact for 2, when Servo Schematic enters the battlefield or is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless Servo artifact creature token.
Boom.
That's like Ichor Wellspring or Ichor whatever.
Yes. Ichor Wellspring.
Is that the one?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's talk about my favorite card in the deck. My very favorite card in the deck. So much my favorite that it could be card of the week.
That's a $7 card too.
Sarcomancy.
You could certainly go to fusiongamingonline.com and save 5% on that by using CCO Slam promo code.
That's right.
Or any card you talk about in the deck that you want. Sarcomancy.
Yep.
Enchantment.
Yep.
ETBs.
Yep.
Get a 2/2 black zombie.
Ooh, what else does it do, Ryan?
Ooh. During your upkeep, if there are no zombies on the battlefield, Sarcomancy deals 1 damage to you. What? Sure.
Oh, I hate that. But it's so
Sure.
good. Oh, I like that. Okay.
It represents 2 card types.
Yes, it does. For 1 mana. Rancor.
Rancor, enchantment, +2/+0 and trample. When Rancor is put into the graveyard, return it to its owner's hand.
Sack it to Bubble Lysaga, get it back, use it again.
Very good.
Prized statue.
When prized statue enters the battlefield, is put into the graveyard, you create a treasure, and it's just a random 2/2 artifact that you want to get rid of.
Yes.
It ends up being free if you cast it, and then immediately Bubble Lysaga it.
Yep.
It gives you your 2 treasures back.
Right.
Sure.
Ornithopter.
That's a 0/2 for 0.
We talked about Ichor Wellspring earlier.
Yep, it ETBs or LTBs, you draw a card.
Dockside Chef.
Ooh. Dockside Chef, 1/2 for 1. Black 1, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw a card. This is Bubble Lysaga Jr.
And it's an enchantment creature, which is neat.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Here's a card that everybody was just rock hard over. This is the first time I've seen it in a deck list.
This card is still very good.
It is, but it's not, again, it's no Void Mirror, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Awaken the Woods.
Awaken the Woods. Green X sorcery, create X 1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. That's like let me enter green sorcery into Chat GPT and see what it returns. Green forest dryad land creature token.
Yeah, exactly.
But somehow it all makes sense. Thanks, Chat GPT. You're so smart. You're going to steal our jobs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's so good. It writes papers for people. That's awful.
No.
Aspect of Mongoose.
Ass goose. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't be the target of spells or abilities.
Initially, I really liked this card, and then I realized that it's Ass of Goose, and now I don't.
I lost the game because I played this card on my own creature. Okay. It gives enchanted creature Shroud, let's say.
Yes.
And when it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you return it to its owner's hand, like Rancor. Yeah.
And the last card in the deck is an Abundant Growth.
A butt growth.
Butt Growth.
You should probably get that checked out. Don't finger blast. Okay, enchant land. It's an enchantment. It enchants land. Enchant when Abundant Growth enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted land has tap. Add 1 of any color to your mana pool.
It basically says green, you get an enchantment into play. And it replaces itself immediately.
And then you can Bubble Lysaga it away.
Yeah, and you don't even give a shit about it. You just put it in to get rid of it.
Yeah, this is maybe this is one of the weaker cards in the deck because it can't even block like an Ornithopter could.
Yeah.
And it doesn't ETB and leave the battlefield, draw a card like Ichor Wellspring. Yeah. This could be cut because, Finger Blast Mummy 2 is just made out of money. Obviously, he could get a foil, Legion's foil.
Yeah.
Or 8th edition foil.
Even better.
Seedborn Muse.
That's right.
That would be a very powerful card in this deck.
That would be really, really good. You know what else would be really good in here? Hammer of Perforos. If it wasn't red.
Hammer of P.
That'd be so good.
P Hammer.
That'd be the best one.
Yeah, it'd be a good one.
It'd be an amazing card in this deck because it makes enchantment artifact creatures. It's the best.
Enchantment artifact creature. Yeah.
For sacking a land. So you sack it to get draw a card, play the land from your graveyard again with all your land getter backers, and get 1 permanent that you can sack to do all the shit. So good. Too bad it's red.
Too bad it's red.
Too bad it's red.
That's a good ass card right there. That's a good card. Hey, a couple quick things about the deck. It is all foil. It is, or getting there. It is the pet deck, the forever deck. This is the arc of forever decks. We know that when we talk about forever decks, they don't just get built overnight.
Yes.
And I would like to mention this deck has a total value of $1,584.
We're sure you could play it for less.
Yes.
If you didn't have all the Judge promo stuff, there's some pretty high-end stuff. It's actually really cool to look at. He has lots of schematic arts for like...
I love seeing decks like this in the real.
Oh, yeah. Even like the little 10-cent cards. They're now dollar cards, which really adds up. And some of the other promos are like $100 on a $10 card, right? So
I got to show off my Zada deck that's like this when we were in Calgary last.
Ooh.
Friend of the show, T-Mac, and a couple other people who either listened to the show or I told them about the show, then I played Zada and I showed them the deck. It's got like foiled Jewel Lotus and it's got signed Mana Crypts and stuff. Like, it's really cool. I want to move to the strengths.
Do it.
Balls the weakness, because this is a pet forever deck. And
Yeah.
it's probably, like I mentioned, tuned to be in the spot that it's in,
Yep.
to fit into the meta, the LGS, to be what the owner, pilot, wants it to be.
And you know what that means? There are no weaknesses.
Balls the
Because
weakness.
The first strength is that it does everything Cohen Finger Blast Mommy 2 wants it to do.
Yes.
How many times can you say that about a deck? It does 100% of the stuff you want it to do and nothing that you don't want it to do.
Hey,
That's pretty cool, man.
that's like some meta strength.
I got one deck that does that. One.
Well, some in-game strengths. It's got sacrifice outlets and payoffs,
Yep.
which some people like, myself included. Butt stuff.
There you go.
Yep. It's got get your stuff back.
Yep.
Get her backers.
So you're not punishing yourself as hard as you could be for doing the butt stuff.
And it's got potential and realized potential in that you can do the land graveyard thing, like lands decks people are want to do.
Yep.
Or you could do it the direction that I would take it with more aristocrat stuff to farm kind of the dies triggers and more token creation with dies triggers.
Yep.
You could do that kind of stuff.
Or you could go even harder on the lands being played and then being played out of the graveyard and go harder into the sack all your lands to get enchantments or elementals to attack with.
Yes.
So you could turn it into an aggro deck if you wanted to.
Yes. Or an infect deck.
Yeah.
So here's a real funny one.
Ooh.
The deck doesn't give a crap about its guys.
No.
Just bin 'em.
No, who cares?
Just gank myself.
Yeah. I played this guy. Oh, look at how cool this card is. That's great. I'm glad you saw it because it's going to be in the bin with
Yeah.
a basic forest on top
man.
of it for the rest of the game.
This would be you and me if we were playing the deck. Oh, man. Okay, let's play Titania. And you'd be like, oh, Titania, that's one of my favorite cards. And I'm just like, sacrifice her immediately. Oh, my favorite card. Into the garbage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the best.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, like you mentioned, it means something to somebody, a very significant strength of the deck.
Yes. These sentimental decks are always favorites of mine because you can really see the gears turning behind all the cards. It's not just a pile of cards that kind of work well together. It's a process and it's a story and it's a conversation piece.
I like that.
We all have lots of those kicking around and those are really cool and that's what we're focusing on in this arc, which is exciting. I'm fucking excited to see some of these. Oh, I have to say this. I forgot to mention this earlier on in the show.
Oh.
Lots of people have submitted lists. I've looked at all of them. There's lots of them that I would like to do, but some of you, and you know who you are, did not include custom categories. And in decks like this, where they're complicated, please add custom categories. We will be more likely to do your deck.
Yes, very much so. And if you want your deck featured, you can submit it to commandercookout.com. If you're not in the Patreon Discord, if you are in the Patreon Discord, it's a free benefit of becoming a patron.
It's one of the
Can I
best
say that?
benefits to being a member of the nation.
Very much so. Patreon.com/CCO Podcast. Once you're in the Discord, you get connected when you sign up, and there's a casual deck building channel. There's I'll say a more competitive deck building channel, and then there's a preferred deck list channel at a higher patronage tier. And when you submit there, you can tag myself and Brando, CCO Ryan or CCO Brando in there, or just Brando because he's the one that's picking the decks because he has a better knack for discerning when people are passionate about something.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. You just seem to recognize it better than I do.
oh, that's nice.
Right? And think of the thing like the arc of Forever decks. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't even
Working title.
We don't even have a working title yet. What are we
That's the
doing?
working title.
Okay, and we know what that means. But keep the decks coming. Keep the custom categories. Maybe less of them than we talked about here today.
Yeah. Do custom categories or else, but don't do too many of them because that's too many.
It becomes more. Well, then it becomes more difficult to traverse.
I think this was fine.
We had 3 things that were based on getter backing from the graveyard.
Oh yeah.
So, right? So, come on, guys. Creativity is amazing and we appreciate and celebrate it, but give us a break, okay?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
We're only 2 people. More than 2 people do, however, work at our lovely sponsors and business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, or you can use special promo code CCOSLAM. Save 5% off any of the pimp-ass merch that you've seen in this deck today, or any of the regular stuff that you would like that you're going to buy anyway.
Very
Sleeves,
much so.
deck boxes, all that stuff. It's all there.
More than 2 people also work on our extracurricular content, I'm going to call it.
Okay.
2 or more, I should say. Editor Joe, Editor Tyler, big thanks to them for Top 5 and 5s, for all the CCO shorts that you see, for CCO Sidewalk Slam Crazy 8s is the newest one. You can check that out wherever you find Commander Cookout. We've got it posted on Facebook, Twitter, the top of the YouTube page. Watch it. It's fun. There's altered cards in there. Brando tells you where to find them about 87 times. We should have mentioned Sidewalk Slam at the top of the show, but we didn't because we were excited about other stuff.
We're excited about the deck in Vancouver and all the other things. And what else are we excited about, Ryan? We are excited to be back next week with another super exciting episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!